All right, welcome back to the channel. I am bringing you a kitchen clean and declutter. We have our hype music, our music going in the background that helps us get motivated for cleaning. And we are just about to clean out everything and things that we're not using. We have tons of stuff that we're not using, things that we have that are broken, whatever we can find. We're going to clean out drawers, clean out the refrigerator, and all of the above. This is a major part of my year because I am very particular about keeping things around that aren't there, that aren't being used, because they just take up space. So we have a lot in the kitchen. It's been a couple of years since I have cleaned out and decluttered our kitchen. So it won't take me long. The cleaning it up, cleaning out the drawers and cleaning out the refrigerator, I think will be the longest part of this process, but we are about to get started right now. To give you all a tour of what it looks like. Here is the microwave / essential oil station with our oil shelf that I never hung on the wall, and a toaster. And there are things in this drawer that, yeah, I don't know, that's that. And this drawer will stay. This is my oils. We keep those there, super easy. And then down here we have lots of surprise stuff. Step back, girls. There we go. Lots of, I don't know, stuff, serving platters and things like that. And I don't use them, so they gotta go.
Oh, let's go start a business about making pizza.
No. Stuff on top of the refrigerator because we do not have a pantry, unfortunately. Here is a sneak peek into our refrigerator. This is the perfect time to clean it out because it's actually pretty bare. The refrigerator part. So I'll go through and make sure nothing is expired, take out old food, I'll take everything out and wipe out all the drawers, all of that, because you know you have stuff like old dried up lettuce and things like that. Here is our freezer. I will probably not do much to the freezer because it is so full. I'll look to make sure that there's nothing expired there. Over here, I'll just organize this area a little bit better. Towels here in the drawer. Pots and pans and slow cookers, and I don't know what else is back there, but I'll go through that stuff too. So I'm pretty much just going through and ridding our home of things that we don't use. Up here, this is a big one. I have all of these papers here. Some are recipes, some are manuals to things that we don't even have anymore. I don't even know what else is up there. So we'll go through that. Here's another cabinet of stuff. We have 3 Pyrexes. I'll keep a small one and a large one, and the other one will go. Here is all of our non-perishables that I will sort through. My goal for those is really to get, containers to put them all in and label them, but I don't know if that'll happen today, but I will work on it. This is our medicine cabinet. We don't really take medicine, but this is where we keep like our vitamins and things for the girls, other essential oil stuff, thermometers, things like that. This drawer clearly is overflowing, needs to be taken care of. Yes. Okay, just a minute. More pots and pans back here. The spice rack needs some TLC. It is very dirty in this area. Ziploc bags and I don't know what else. This is our cabinet under the sink, which I actually just organized that not too long ago because we had to do some repairs to our faucet area. And over here is where we keep all of our glasses and plates and cups and canisters when we leave, but a lot of this stuff we do not use. We also do not drink coffee, so we don't really need coffee mugs. Yeah, I'm sure we have some chipped and broken plates, things like that. And then over here, this is our silverware drawer, which we actually just redid not that long ago, but we will take everything out of it and at the very least clean it out, because see there's nasty food crumbs from little hands in the drawers. And then here are things like electric skillets and waffle irons and griddles and drying racks and things that just need to go. So that is a tour of our kitchen. Over here is our dining room table. So I'm just going to start taking out things the first order of business is really for me to just go and clean out the cabinets of things that we don't want, that are broken and all of that. And then we will just move on from there. So stick around. This was a task for sure. Like all hands on deck, cleaning out everything. The first thing we did was just clear out the cabinets because there's no way to clean unless you clear things out. And I feel like if I don't clear things out, then I'm backtracking with what I'm doing. So I just wanted to give you guys an update of like what I've done. I cleaned out all under here. This is my possible keep pile. And this is my go pile. Lots of serving platters, plastic things that don't look that great, things that I have not used in several years that are going. And then over here, these are things that, like, honestly, this has not been open since my husband and I have been married, and we got married 12 years ago, almost 12 years ago. But they're storage bowls that I need to use. And once I clean out some other bowls over here, these will get used, as well as these huge mixing bowls, because we do a lot of mixing as well. And I'm going to bring the bowls I'm going to bring the bowls down lower on the shelves so that my big girls can get to them as well, because right now all of our mixing bowls are at the very top up there and it's a little difficult for them to get to those. So I'm going to do some shelf shifting. Also, our shelves are not in the greatest distance or space, so I'm going to have to change some things about our shelving as well in order to be able to move things up and shift things around. So here's where we are with that. This is also a huge under here serving platter. And we had another one, but it got broken. So now we'll start to use this one, take it out. This I use for cake pops. And I made cake pops 1 year for one of my daughter's birthdays. I can't remember which one. And I have not used it since. And honestly, it probably just needs to go because I probably will not be making cake pops anymore. That will have to go in a cake pop stand. But this is still the maybe pile. And a bamboo serving tray. This will be awesome when we're doing like family stuff, but I forgot I had it, and that's because it was all the way in the back of the cabinet. So we're moving along. One last thing is that I am thinking about getting rid of the microwave. It's not the best thing, obviously, we know that, but we bought a toaster oven and we went out of town and we did not have a microwave for like 6 or 7 days. And we were able to warm up our food with our toaster oven, and it was great. It took a little bit longer, but we were still able to do it. So I'm thinking about letting the microwave go. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it here, and I'll probably put the toaster oven on top of it. But the goal is to no longer use the microwave. We'll see. Okay, disclaimer, first thing is you will see the spots in our floor that are like spread apart on our laminate. Terrible. Just a bad job of whoever put them in. So that is one of the remodeling things that we have coming up this fall. But anyway, so we cleaned everything out. As you can see, the girls are like emptying out drawers, we're wiping them down. There were a few cabinets that we knew that we wouldn't get rid of anything, so it was like the food cabinet. We just simply need to take everything out and wipe it down. Wipe down really good. Baby girl came in there and she just wanted a hug, so I gave her that, of course. And then I decided to reorganize things. So I'm working over in the area where there used to be bowls and plates, storage bowls, things like that. And I decided to put the food from the metal shelf that's over to the left by the refrigerator on that, in that cabinet to the right, because it just made sense. It's next to the rest of the food. That was the reason why I did that. So now I'm putting other things back on that shelf because we do not have a pantry, unfortunately. But that is also coming with our remodel, hopefully in the fall. So we do need that shelf still. And I put a few things over there that were on top of the refrigerator just to get them out of the way. I don't like things on top of the refrigerator. I feel like it just makes everything look really crowded and it looks like you don't have enough space, which in fact is the truth. However, I wanted it not to look like that. So that is the reason why I put everything over on that shelf as well. All right, guys, we were only supposed to spend 30 minutes on the kitchen, and we ended up spending 2 hours. We got in there, and when we're like cleaning out the cabinets and everything, we just couldn't stop. We couldn't get to a stopping point. However, we did a really good job. The only things that we did not get done today were cleaning out the refrigerator and behind it and under it, and the oven, inside, around, under, and our spice rack, which we will get to tomorrow. But we have a huge pile for donation, and then we took tons of stuff out for trash. So we have made great progress, and I'm kind of glad that we got as much done in the 2 hours as we did, because I don't want this to drag on for days and days, because then you lose motivation. And motivation when decluttering is a big part of being able to get the job done. So stick around, I'll show you guys the finished results and how we reorganized everything, and we will restart tomorrow. Okay, we are on day 2. We actually took a couple of days break. We started on Tuesday, we took Wednesday and Thursday off because they were so busy, and today is Friday, and I have just a few areas to do. I have the refrigerator, which is here. I have the stove and oven area, and then I have this cabinet right here, and then I also have my spice cabinet, which is over there in the corner. So I am about to get started. The girls are currently working on some school stuff, but once they get done with that, they are going to help me with a couple of areas that I have to do. And I'm hoping to get this done in about 1 hour. We'll see. On day 2, I decided to start with the cabinet over the oven that has like recipes and booklets and manuals for things that we don't even own anymore. But I did do that. I finally had to just sit down at the table because I was trying to sort everything and it was not working out the way I needed it to. But did keep some recipes that we use all the time, but got rid of majority of everything that was up there to create more space. Now it's time for this infamous spice rack, which was a complete mess. There was literally like food crumbs. I had to get the vacuum and start sweeping, and it was bad. Lots of hands, old shriveled up grapes. Then I got my thieves spray out to really clean and had to refill my bottle. But I was able to really just get down on my hands and knees, scrub it really, really clean. And then my next task was wiping down all of the spice containers. Sticky hands, dirty hands, dried up spices all over the top, like you name it, there was something there on all of those things. So that was probably my biggest task, taking each individual spice one by one to get them clean. After that, I went to the oven and the stove area, got the vacuum, lots of crumbs, those cracks, and you wipe off the countertop, food falls down in the cracks, and really clean that out. The splash guard on the back as well, had to really scrub that down. It was pretty greasy. And then I put it all back. Wipe down the front as well of the oven to get it all clean. One thing I completely forgot to do was to clean out the inside of the oven. That task was missed. However, it will be a part of our monthly clean when we do the kitchen. And so from now on, it will get done monthly. But I completely overlooked it. I think I was just so worn out from that spice cabinet that I completely forgot about it. Now it's dishwashing time. Okay, today is day 3. And it's been like a couple of days since I did the other part of the kitchen. I had to take a break. We had a busy weekend. But I'm here now. The last thing I need to do is clean out the refrigerator. So that is what I'm about to do right now. I'm first going to give you a tour of our messy refrigerator. Don't judge. And just show you what I do to sit out in the kitchen, because there's lots of shows that have to come out and things like that. Here is our lovely refrigerator. We really do love this thing. I mean, it provides us with so much space, but I will not be cleaning out the freezer. I'm just gonna show you all here. It's really not that bad, so I'm not going to worry about it, but the refrigerator portion of it is needing some work. So I will take all of this out. I will take everything out of the refrigerator and set it all on the countertop. I will take all of the shelves out and get it all cleaned and nice this, and I will also change out filters. We have a filter here for the air, and we also have a filter there for water. I use beach towel here because once I take out all those shelves and wash them, they'll need somewhere to sit, and then I'll go back and dry them as I'm cleaning out the refrigerator. I also have a big towel here. My daughter's cleaning up in the kitchen from breakfast, but I have a big towel here that I will put lots of things on, and I will probably just put my food over in this area or on the table. We'll see how it goes. Okay, here we are cleaning out the refrigerator. I'm just always so amazed at how much stuff, food crumbs, spills, all of that type of stuff gets found in the refrigerator. And this refrigerator, I love it. It's so big, it's perfect for our family, but there are so many little pieces to the refrigerator. So you have to take out all of that, clean behind so many different things, and there's just a lot of stuff. And I have not done this in a while, shame on me, but it's been probably 8 or 9 months. My goal is to do it every month, but if I do it every month, it makes it a lot easier. There's not so much work. I may not have to take out every shelf, that type of thing. So that is my purpose of like decluttering and just getting on a regular cleaning routine, because it does not become so much work. That initial clean after it having been so long since you've done something is always the absolute worst. But I was getting everything done. I started top to bottom, took everything off of the doors, all of the sauces and things like that, took them off the doors one shelf at a time and cleaned that shelf, dried it, put it back, and then I put the sauces back so that there's not so much out, everything's not out all at one time and it become really overwhelming. So that's the process that I have when I'm cleaning out the refrigerator, and just making sure that I scrub every single shelf down, all the cracks and everything, so that I can really start with a clean slate, so that next month when I go in to clean it, it's not so much work. I'm almost done. I'm putting the finishing touches on it. That very last tray was the really long one, and I just cleaned it out really well, took all the food out, and I'm putting it all back. The refrigerator is almost done, and this is the last thing in the kitchen that needed to be done. At this point, I remember feeling like so relieved. It took me 3 days because life just gets busy. It happens, and you don't have 4 or 5 hours to sit and do something like this uninterrupted. And there were times I had to stop and do other things. That's just life. So I was feeling really relieved that I was done, and looking around and just really taking it all in and appreciating that the job is done. So I'm putting on the finishing touches on the outside. I'm scrubbing everything. I'm turning the refrigerator off at this moment because I'm about to do the water section, and I didn't want water and ice shooting out of the refrigerator while I was trying to do this. But just putting the finishing touches on it, cleaning the outside, making sure everything looks really good and it's nice and in order. I do enjoy the finished product. Now, was I super excited to do this in the middle of it? Absolutely not. But the end result is something amazing, something that we can maintain a cleaner home, and I have a clearer head when the things in our home are clean. Our kitchen has been decluttered, cleaned, and organized. here is the completed work. We left the refrigerator. I'm still debating on, the refrigerator. The microwave, still debating on that, but we have our toaster oven here and our toaster. If you remember this drawer, it was jam-packed full of stuff. It is now neatly organized. And I decided to take all of my kitchen appliances off of the countertops with the exception of these 3 things here. And they have all been organized under here. So when we need them, we'll pull them out. Some of them, the ones that we don't use as often, are in the back. We have our Instant Pot, our air fryer, and our chopper right here in the front. We have a juicer in the back, waffle makers, and a crock pot. And then behind those, on the bottom, there is a electric skillet and another spiral machine. So those are cabinets. You just saw me declutter, clean out our refrigerator. It's been cleaned. We of course still have food because we eat all the time, but it is nice and clean. I need to turn it back on. Everything that was outdated is gone, but to be honest, I don't do this often, probably once a year. Now we do wipe down, I'm gonna turn my refrigerator back on while I'm talking. We do wipe down our, it's not working. Okay, we do wipe down our refrigerator often on the inside and everything, but as far as taking everything out, that's not something that I do. I just typically do it once a year. Towel drawer here has definitely been thinned. We have less towels in the drawer. They're putting up some of it now. And then on the bottom here is where I put all of our baking items, baking pans, cake pans, I forget what those are called, but cookie sheets, our pizza stones, cookie cutters, strainers, all things baking over there. Not right now. All things baking over there. And this cabinet is mixing bowls and our mixer, storage bowls, our big measuring cup, and we have some funnels there with our can opener. I'm like drawing a blank right now, with our can opener over there. If you remember, this shelf was completely full of food, and now it is just bags of chips there. We also had tons of items on top of our refrigerator. So I was able to make room within our cabinets by cleaning things out in order to get those stored. Here is over the stove. I had lots of papers right here, recipes, things like that. I cleaned all of that out and was able to take some of the things from the shelf here and put those up here. My top is helping me open the cabinets. This was a big change for us. Here we had bowls and just storage material, like bowls for us to keep our food and things in. And we moved this. All of this food was on that shelf. And I didn't like that. I really need a pantry. Hold on, Melly. Hold on, Mel. And so I was able to get everything here, all of our canned goods and jars. And I would really love to at some point get everything put in jars, like dry goods put into jars. But for now, this is what's here. We have our nuts, which are almonds and pecans. We have quinoa, there's lentils back there. We also have brown rice and some beans, pumpkin seeds, things like that are in the glass jar. So that is one reason to keep all of your glass jars. And we just take the sticker off and use some lemon essential oil to get all the sticky stuff off of the jars, wash them up, and that is what we use them for. She's helping me open cabinets. This is our medicine, I'll quote that, medicine cabinet, but we have our vitamins. And remember, there were lots of things up here, but I cleaned this out also just for our Simply Essentials, the girls' vitamins and our vitamin sprays. And we have hand sanitizer back there, and that is it for that cabinet. You wanna open the next one, sister? Over here was a big change. We still have food, but a lot of this food was also on the metal shelf. Now it is in the cabinet. This is Mallory's shelf with all of her food. We have cereal and oats, and our snack foods are stored in this bowl for the girls. Everything's lined up. I really don't like this corner cabinet because it's really hard to get into, especially when things are in the far back, but we're making it work. And then on the top are all of our baking supplies. So things like marshmallows and flour and sugar, and we have some oil that we cook with. Things like that are all in this cabinet. Okay, Melody, you want to help me with this one? And open the drawer. Okay, over here are all of our pots and pans. I did get rid of pots and pans because we had several of the same types and we did not need those. What about that drawer? Can you open that? Here is a big change in our drawer. It was a lot worse before. And we got rid of a lot of things that were old. And we are good to go with this. Girls, I'm trying to record. Please be quiet. So this drawer has been thinned and organized. You can put that back, sister? Okay, can you close it for me? Open that. And here is our spice rack. I was able to get a lot of the oils that we had on the countertop in here. That's vanilla, yep. In my spice rack, I always keep I say sweet spices, so like cinnamon and ginger, nutmeg, things like that over here. And then all of the other spices. This spice rack was so dirty. Dropping things, you know how it is when you're doing spices. All of that stored there. So those are the cabinets. And over here is where I made the biggest change to got rid of lots of things that we weren't using and organized all of the plates and bowls. The plastic are down here for the girls. This is all of their things when we leave for them to be able to store all of their food that they want to keep hot in those little canisters right there. All of our glass bowls. We had tons of mugs up here. We don't even drink coffee. We do hot chocolate, so I did keep one mug for each person. And then we are going to use these. Sorry, my toddler is putting her toys away. We're going to gift these to people at Christmas time. That was an idea that I was given because we don't use them. So that's all that we have in that cabinet. Our silverware drawer is done. And under here, we have our blenders, mixers, and platters that we use or may use for like the holidays. I got rid of a lot of them because I don't really use them that much. So that is our kitchen declutter. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I am glad to have this done just in the nick of time for us to get started back with school because it would not have gotten done otherwise. So go and declutter something before you start your new school year, and I hope that you enjoy the cleanliness and the look of it once you are done. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, and I'll see you guys right back here at the Life of Tillmans for another video next time. Bye.